Oh man, I wanted to do that since I pressed the record button. Welcome, folks. Thank you for joining me today. You guys are awesome subscribers. Thank you. Patreon patrons, thank you, thank you. And those of you that just swang by, thank you very much. You could have gone anywhere. You stopped by here. That means a lot to me. Pull the trigger on that subscribe button and ring the bell. That would be great. So what are we going to do today? I think we're going to do something that I didn't plan on doing, but I was cleaning out some of the house, one of the bedrooms, went underneath the bed. It's amazing what you find down here. And look what I found. An axe, a metal handle, rubber handle axe. It's got even a nail puller in it. It's a hatchet, actually, like a camp hatchet. And I almost forgot about this. I've had this thing, dare I say, 35 years, maybe even 40 years, now that I think about it. I got it in an old Army surplus store. If I can find the footage, I'll roll in a picture of the place. Because when we lived out that way, I'd go there often. And I remember going with my father, who has since passed on. And I looked down and went, they got an axe, a hatchet. And he said, well, you better pick it up. And I think I paid $3.95 for it. And that was a lot of money for a 20-something-year-old, because I was trying to save my pennies. So I bought it. And I used it a lot in a lot of different camping scenarios. And then somehow we moved out here and it got stuck underneath the bed. Hey! How did that happen? I don't know. There used to be a plastic cover on it. I don't know where that is. It wasn't under the bed. So what I'm going to do, it's sufficiently dull. I don't think the last time I sharpened it, and you can tell by the edge, I'll try to give you a little close-up of the edge here. It was on a grinding wheel. Probably that grinding wheel right there. Back, I don't know, 20 some odd years ago. I don't even know how old that grinding wheel is, but it's been around. It's seen a few things. It's ground a few things. That was probably the last time. Certainly before I had the work sharp. This guy. Today, this and this are going to meet each other, and I'm going to try to give this thing the sharpest edge it probably has ever had. I mean, there is so many burrs and nicks on here. It's going to take a while. But let's put it down on the bench, sharpen this baby up. Use our Amazon link down below. When you do, it helps us out and it doesn't cost you a penny more. And after using the link, save it to your bookmarks so you can have easy access to it in the future. Thank you. I just turned the light on and it's shaking around. I just thought it looked kind of cool. Alrighty, got to put the right belt on, and it's going to be our extra coarse. Very simple. If you guys don't know much about work sharp, I've got a few videos. I've done a lot of work sharp videos. Why? Well, because it's a gosh darn good knife sharpener. I even have their kitchen knife sharpener thing, the pre-release one. That is the one before the one that they have now. That's what pre-release means. And I love it. Oh, let's see. And with this Ken Onion edition, you can adjust the angle, which is very cool. I strongly recommend you get the Ken Onion version if you've got a whole bunch of tools like axes and hatchets and other knives, and even lawnmower blades. I've sharpened my lawnmower blade. I'll throw some clips in or put some links so you can see all that. But I don't know if 25 degrees is right for a hatchet. And I can't tell you how many degrees that is, except I'll start at, doggone it, I think I'm going to start at 30. Okay, that says 30 there if you can't read it, which is fairly wide, but I'm going to pass it through. Oh, you know what? I think I need to do that. Oh, that's pretty narrow. It's narrower than I thought. There you go, 30 degrees. And then I'm gonna pass it through, and then I'll take a look at the edge, and then I can tell you if it's at 30 or not. It may even be more than 30, which is probably what its problem is. Okay, cover your ears. It's going to get loud. Well, lo and behold, it didn't do very well back here, but I haven't been in good form. It looks like it could be 30 degrees. I'm going to keep going. Oh, it's getting there. Let me move the camera down a little bit. You know, I might take a different approach altogether. I'm abandoning the whole gauge thing for right now. All I got to do is unscrew this thing back here. Pull that thing off. Now it's free floating. And what I can do is estimate by just holding the blade. And I can put this in a different position. So I can do this. Then what? Do I put this in the vise, and then, or do I put this in the vise? Okay, as many of you may know, this can really be a pain. Not sharpening, that's actually easy. It's putting together a demonstration of sharpening. All right, here we go. I'm gonna closely mimic this thing. It's gonna get loud. And all I'm going to do is take the work sharp and get this surface to be as equal to that bevel as I possibly can, and keep going on there until I clean up all of that rust and take those little chips and stuff out. That's going to take a bit, so hang tight. Here we go. Let's see. How does that look? It's getting a little warm, so I should slow down. There is that little nick right there. It's just gonna be a while. Angle the light a little better so I can see. I know I'm trying to get it so you can see too, but if I can't see, I'm not gonna be able to do it at all. That's right. Keep going. It's gonna be a while. I love the smell of metal. So the issue is that little chunk that came out right there is still holding me up. And as I look straight down from the top here, I can see that if I take off this side, I can probably get a sharp edge, but it's always going to have that ding in there unless I get that out. I guess we just go at it. Alright, let's turn this axe around. Is it getting warm? Well, a little bit, so I should let it cool down just a tad. Let's flip this around. Just like that. Let's work on this side. I just got interrupted by that stupid phone number, unknown. I'm taking off an awful lot of, oh, it's getting sharper down here for sure. It's getting there, we'll get there. I'm taking off a lot of the, you see how it's getting frayed? It's because I'm going into the blade and it's catching the edge. Can't help it. I've got spare belts. You can get a belt kit. I'll put a link to this even, so you can get yourself some extra belts. Wow, it's dressed up quite nicely. And it is sharp. I'm gonna flip it around, do the other side. I think I've profiled that fairly nicely. Can we come in a little closer? How's that? And then we flip it around. Is it looking better? I think so. That nick is certainly gone. I can feel the burr. All right, we're gonna put it this way. Try to knock that burr off. All right, change the belt. Got this one on. This is our medium coarseness. Polish it. Flip it around. Pretty sharp. Let's see how we did. Looking at that edge, it looks okay. I guess the best test, how well does it cut? Now, I'm not gonna shave with this thing. I'm gonna cut wood. But if I can take a magazine and select these fantastic boots, the boot section's always nice, and cut along like that. Look at that, it came right off. I did cut it, no doubt. Look at that. I'm impressed. All right, this thing never ceases to amaze me. Not this thing. This thing. You've seen me use it. If you haven't, check out some of the videos. I've used it on just about anything that needs to get sharp, and it takes care of it. Now, it doesn't do it in 15 seconds. Sometimes it takes a little while. I mean, you saw the edge on this guy. Had a big nick in it. It was not good at all. But now it does have an edge that can slice through paper, and you saw that in the magazine. So very sharp. I may go whack on some wood, and I'll brave the heat. Let's go whack on some wood. But before I do that, got to sharpen my knife. Got my trusty work sharp. Let's get down to it, shall we? There you go. Now I got to go cut off the fat from my chicken. Hey, if you want a work sharp, use one of my links down below. Order yourself a work sharp. You can sharpen up all of your knives, including your kitchen knives. Very easy to use, very effective, and gets razor sharp. You might want to buy one. Use my link. It doesn't cost you any more, but it does help me out. Thank you. Huh, I wonder if some bird dropped this out of its mouth. It wasn't my chicken. He's dead, I think. It's too bad. You know, he's not dead. Yeah, I touched him. And he's kind of alive. Are you okay? Are you okay? Can you hear me? Yeah, I revived him. Gave him mouth to mouth. Seems to be doing okay. That's very odd of him. Yeah, not a rattler, no problem. I think it's just kind of hot for this guy. Are you okay? Let's hope so.
Help me. Help me. Please. Help me.
I had to move it. I didn't want my chicken to come at it because I'm not sure what's wrong with it. I mean, if it's naturally dying, that's one thing, but if it's been poisoned, I don't want that happening to my chicken. Speaking of my chicken, so are you eating my peaches? Yeah, I guess so. They are coming along, though. Just don't eat them all, please. All right, this is the only piece of wood I really kind of had available to me. Let's see if it'll get through it, though. Oh, got hung up on the knot. Let's try here. Oh, another knot. Holy smoke. What the heck? All right. There you go. Always got to be careful. I don't want to chop the finger, but can make little ones out of big ones. There's something else. Let's try that. Oh yeah, easy. Yeah, can make kindling for sure. Oh yeah. Right through the knot. It works. Even the handle is bent. I don't know how that happened, but it was already that way. I may have even bought it that way. No, I don't think so. I think I whacked away at this at one campsite one time for some reason, and the whole thing is like an S shape, very odd. But it cuts, and I may end up trying to buff out some of this, although I kind of like the patina, to be honest with you. And it helps if you get a patina on the edge and you use the work sharp, you can tell where you've been and where you haven't and how you need to adjust so that you could get a nice even edge. A knife sharp edge, a wood chopping edge. I'll leave a link down below. Buy yourself a work sharp if you're thinking about getting some way of sharpening your tools. And even if it is just sharpening your kitchen knives, there's a work sharp for that. There is. And I know it's a crowded space. There are a lot of different methods. But for the workshop like I've got here, a work sharp works great. It takes care of, let me show you. Yeah, I had it hanging up right over there. Even the Fiskars here, the little bigger hatchet thing. It needs to have an edge put on it. I've used, oh, that's razor sharp too though. But it does need to have an edge put on it. It's got a couple of little nicks. So I'm not going to be afraid to use it on this. I'm not even going to be afraid to use it on, hang on, these broken scissors. The tip broke off somehow. I ended up grinding that off, sharpening them up with the work sharp. I did that with the carpet knife that I've got here. Everything. It's invaluable. Gosh, see this thing back here? Right there, there's a post that comes out of this handle. After I ground it off, smoothed it off with the work sharp so it wouldn't cut, when you go to reach for it. So, invaluable. Will it sharpen this? Probably not. Well, it could, but I don't think I want to go through the pain of sharpening a $6 saw. But it could. All right. Like I say, leave links down below. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I've got a video up here. I'll put some video. Is it on this side or this side? This side. Yeah. And there'll be a little I up there. Go down there. I'm going to see you at those videos. Patreon patrons, quadruple thumbs up. I just hit myself.